Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 14th to the 20th of November 2016. So as we said last week, we have a number of new energies, new planets in new signs. We have Mercury has moved into Sagittarius, bringing straightforward thought and amplification of our words. And we have Venus in Capricorn, bringing us back to the heart of the matter, to what really matters and what we're building, which works perfectly by Monday when we go into the full moon in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and it's very much about the heart and building. And this full moon is actually at 22 degrees, which is the number of the master builder. So we can see here that we've been building towards this since the new moon in Scorpio 2 weeks ago. A full moon at 22 degrees Taurus, taking us right back to the heart, with Venus in Capricorn making sure that we stay there and we apply ourselves. So creativity is at the fore with Venus. Self-worth and values are the realm of this hard-working and productive sign. But we're not just working for the sake of working. The moon calls our subconscious to the fore so that we can actually see what it is that we're working for, where we're coming from, and clear out anything that's getting in the way, any blockages or any illusions and delusions. So there's a high degree of integrity here as we step forward with gratitude for our talents, and hopefully we'll receive some appreciation for our hard work as well. So a loving and enduring energy, making us feel centered and strong there with this beautiful full moon on Monday. There's also a sense of pleasure and enjoyment, because we're often told, especially in the spiritual worlds, that we need to have abstinence. We need to almost punish ourselves in order to be spiritual. But Taurus enjoys being on this physical plane. Taurus actually appreciates the beauty of nature and food and music and dance and love and sensuality, and there's nothing wrong with that. So centering in that with gratitude, just look around you, look at all the beauty of nature, look at the beauty of your friends and your talents and your creativity and your ability to love. That is really what is going to be highlighted on Monday. Mars has now settled into Aquarius, and this is the electric storm that happened last week straight after the elections. We can see that there's upheaval and protest. So Mars in Aquarius does call for that inner fire to be vented, but it has to be with independent thought and not just following the program. So this is happening for a reason. This is happening to break down the old and bring in new hope, new vision, new beginnings. So have a look at your vision for the future. What's the ideal, rather than the polarity thinking of, well, there's this or that. What's your ideal? What's your vision? And what are you doing to help make that happen? Get in touch with your inner rebel. Know what's wrong, know why it's wrong, and know what you can do to change it. This is very responsible energy, that we direct that fire into something that's meaningful and actually going to make positive change. Then for the rest of the week we go into more deep water, into more soulful thoughts. Wednesday seems to be a day where we can actually connect more with the dream world. Do you actually work with your dreams? Do you ask for guidance? Do you ask for messages? This is a very dreamy aspect comes in as Neptune slowly starts to turn forwards by the weekend. So Neptune has been retrograde since mid-June, and when Neptune turns retrograde we're called inwards to connect with our soul desire, to connect with our source, to connect with our emotional intelligence and reset our compass to true north. So very gentle energy coming in for the rest of the week. Neptune is opposite the North Node, which is the true north of us as a society. So we're looking at where are we headed as a whole. What is the direction that we're going in, and where is it coming from? So again, very appropriate given last week's interesting turn of events politically. By Thursday, Friday, the moon goes into Cancer, and the moon belongs in Cancer, so even more water here. Can we connect to our inner waters? Can we connect to our intuition and our inspiration? Where do they even come from? Can you step into receiving the flow of these nourishing waters and connect deeply to their source? Because by doing this we achieve a sense of emotional maturity. We're being pulled out in all sorts of different directions. We're being handed actions and responses and opinions that we're supposed to have and follow out. But that's not really good enough just to follow the flow of Facebook reactions or to follow the flow of the media and where they want us to go. This is immature. We need to actually stand up in our authority and our integrity and engage with research, to do our own homework and to be self-governing. So Neptune actually turns direct at the weekend. Having journeyed back, where are we now going to step forwards? Are we centred? Are we purposeful? Do we have a soul perspective on where we're going, our thoughts, words and actions? Can we navigate from a very intelligent and mature place through these choppy waters, seeing through the illusions and following our own compass? So to sum up, there's a lot of turmoil around, but this is good. There's great change in the air, and Mars in Aquarius will certainly help us bring that through if we're focused and independent and wise and have a vision. And that vision can be found deep inside with Venus in Capricorn, what's worthy, and with Taurus, full moon 22, what are we building, and is it from the heart? Then those energies settle by the end of the week into the Neptune and the moon in Cancer waters, where we get in touch not just with what our heart's desire is, but what our soul's desire is, where we actually link those two together so that we're heading in a completely aligned direction, with purpose, with soul, with vision, with meaning and with love. So the key of this week really is self-governance and wisdom. Do your research, make sure that your opinions, your thoughts, your words, your actions are yours. Make sure that you're not just being tossed around on the choppy waters, but you're actually navigating your boat with direction towards something that's meaningful. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. If you'd like to see where these energies are happening for you, then please do contact me for a reading. I'm available on Skype or in London for a one-to-one reading where we can look at your chart and see what energies are around you and how you can best navigate. I also have the Facebook group which you can join for just £5 a month, where we can regularly interact and see what's coming up, study astrology, get to know the different aspects of your chart at your own pace and in your own time. And I also have a series of online courses where you get notes and a video and access to me to study astrology, tarot, elemental feng shui, how to work with the moon cycles and much more. So for any of that, please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com.